Everyone's favorite television pop star is being brought back to life in the form of Tiffany Trump. Tiffany Trump tried to get voters to see her father in a new light, but all Twitter saw was a Miley Cyrus look-alike. Many viewers who watched Tuesday night's Republican National Convention may have missed the point of her message because they were simply too distracted by her uncanny resemblance to Miley Cyrus.
Thank you all so much. It's so amazing to be with you tonight and say a few words about my father and your nominee for president.
Hold up, Miley, is that you? Too good, too good. While Tiffany was trying to do her thing up on stage, not many could actually hear what she was saying because they were too busy taking to Twitter about her being Miley Cyrus 2.0. Some of our favorite tweets include Sharon Needles, who tweeted, "Tiffany Trump talks like a bad Miley Cyrus impersonation," while Thornton McHenry added, "Tiffany Trump is my favorite Miley Cyrus character." Ryan Beckwith tweeted, "For some reason, Tiffany Trump is making me think of SNL's The Miley Cyrus Show." While Andy wrote, "I cannot warm up to these Trump kids. The boys are just disgusting Cecil the Lion Killers. Tiffany is Miley Cyrus with a trust fund." Snorky-tastic really went for it, saying Tiffany Trump equals Miley Cyrus in Kylie Jenner extensions. And Karen even confused the two, writing, "I know so little about Tiffany Trump, I thought that it was Miley Cyrus." I love me some Miley as well as Hannah Montana, so this to me is everything. What about you? Do you see the similarities as well?
Thank you all so much. It's so amazing to be with you tonight and say a few words about my father and your nominee for president. Like my father, I never back down from challenges. So here I am, a little new to the convention scene, but incredibly honored and very confident in the good man that America is coming to know. It's often said that with enough effort and determination, you can do whatever you put your mind to. But saying those words and living them are different things, and my father has lived them. It's one of his defining qualities, and I've seen it in action all of my life. Whatever he does, he gives his all and does it well. His desire for excellence is contagious. He possesses a unique gift for bringing that trait out in others, starting with those closest to him. He's always helped me be the best version of myself. By encouragement and by example, he motivates me to work my hardest and to always stay true to who I am and what I believe. That's what he does. He draws out the talent and drive in people so that they can achieve their full potential. That's a great quality to have in a father, and better yet, in the President of the United States. I always look forward to introducing him to my friends, especially the ones with preconceived notions, because they meet a man with natural charm and no facade. In person, my father is so friendly, so considerate, so funny, and so real. My friends walk away with a glimpse of all that he is and all that he means to me.
Miley's not so normal. Now look, this thing's starting to pop up. There's a big gap here, and on each side a bone picks up and goes all the way to the top of the shoulders. Goes all the way to the back. What is that, folks?
And I was living in Hollywood at the time, and somebody invited me, so I went. And I'm telling you, what I saw on that stage was not the Catholic girl that you guys see on TV. That's not what I saw on the stage. What I saw on the stage didn't look human. It looked like, I don't know what, like half, it kind of looked like maybe it was half pig, half human or something. Because its rib cage was round and its neck was the same size as its rib cage, and it was just friggin' weird, okay? It wasn't human. I don't know what the hell that was. You guys, they're using some kind of holographic projection technology, and they're deceiving everybody with it. And so you need to be aware that you're looking at somebody that's standing right next to you. I'm sorry to have to tell you guys this, but it's the truth. You don't know what you're really looking at, because it may be that you're looking at that person, okay, and that it's real, but it may also be that you're looking at something that's not real, okay? Because our eyes, human eyes, only see a small frequency range of the light spectrum, okay? So what you think is real, what we all think is real, is not necessarily real. Okay, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying everything's fake. I'm just saying that everything's not real. I know that for a fact. I know that. I went to that Lady Gaga concert. I saw what that thing was on the stage, and it was not the Catholic schoolgirl you guys are looking at on TV. That's not what was on the stage. So I'm telling you guys, this technology is real. It's deceiving you. I saw a girl change right in front of me. I told you guys about that one place I went to in Hollywood where there were 5 people that had some type of illumination around their head. Like it looked like it was some kind of light, or it looked kind of like it was glowing, or I can't really describe it. It was like glowing or illuminating or kind of shiny or something. And there were 5 different people, and one of them changed appearance right in front of me. And she went from a blonde to a brunette, same face, but different makeup and thinner. She went from thin to kind of chunky, and she went from like really nice, perfect makeup to like cheap makeup. I'm telling you, she changed right in front of me, okay? So they have this ability to alter a person's appearance. Okay, now I want to get into some other stuff, some other celebrity stuff that I believe is holographic projection technology. All right. Several years ago, I met a guy who looked identical to Corey Haim, except that I knew that he wasn't Corey Haim because at the time, Corey Haim was still alive, and he was very heavy. He had gained a lot of weight, and of course, he was older. This guy that I met looked identical to the way Corey Haim looked when he was in his 20s. So I knew that it wasn't him, right? Okay, well, time went on. I was like, oh, that was kind of weird. That dude looked identical to Corey Haim, right? And I went on with my life. It was like, whatever, that was kind of weird. I thought it was weird, but I didn't really dwell on it. Then Corey Haim died. Remember that? He died a couple years ago. Well, last summer, and again, I was like, oh, man, that's, whatever. I saw it in the news. I was on the subway, and I opened up my little subway paper, and I saw it. There it was, and I was like, oh man, that sucks. And then, but still, I was just like, okay, whatever, and I moved on, kept going on. But then last summer, this last summer, I'm not even living in Hollywood anymore. I'm not living in New York. I'm not living in Hollywood. I'm not living in any of those places. And this guy, I was at the park this summer, and some guy came up behind me, and he was sitting behind me at the park. I was there with my son, and he looked identical to Corey Feldman, but he didn't look like the way that Corey Feldman looks now. He looked like Corey Feldman looked when he was in his 20s, okay? And when that happened, I was like, all right, what is going on? This is friggin' weird. Because I knew it wasn't Corey Feldman. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew that dude sitting behind me was not Corey Feldman. But I also knew that he looked identical to how he looked when he was younger. And then the very next day, the same guy was walking behind me at the grocery store. The next day, you guys. So at the time, I was like, what is that? Is that a clone? Or, what is that? Is it a mask? What is it? Well, now I know what it is. It's holographic technology. I know because they're freaking attacking me after I uploaded that video, you guys. Yesterday, I uploaded the video about holographic projection technology, and now they're attacking me. They blew out the Ethernet jack in my computer, and now they're ringing the doorbell before the sun comes up, trying to wake up my son so that I can't do the video.
I know that there's one major thing involved, and that's that thing that's called Saturn. Now, why is this thing considered evil? I'm going to show you guys in a couple of videos what this thing is and why it's considered evil, why it's called Satan. You know, first of all, man does not need a deity to make him be an asshole. Trust me. You've seen my videos. You know I'm not possessed, but I can be a real a-hole when I have to be or when I want to be. I think that's the way it is with most of us. This is one of the biggest lies that comes out of the Bible, because it's not a lie if you understand what it is, but it's a lie the way it was taught to you. You're told, for those of you that are churchgoers, and for you of those who aren't, you'll know what the word is. Sin, S-I-N. The word sin is supposed to mean that you're bad, and that because you're sinful, God can't have anything to do with you. You know, well, the word God refers to the planet Saturn. It does not refer to the Creator, who stands above the one that men have called God, which is the planet Saturn. The word sin comes from it's from physics. It's used in quantum physics. What is quantum physics? Quantum physics has a very old, ancient name, and that name is Kabbalah. Albert Einstein, when he was creating the atomic bomb or writing up the theory for it to work, used Kabbalah. Came up with E equals MC squared. You got what? Five symbols that equal volumes of information. But the word sin has nothing to do with evil. I'll show you how it's connected to evil. Okay? But it is not evil. You are not evil. You are not sinful. You are sinful in a way that's completely removed from the reality of what the word is. It does keep you away from the Creator, but it does not mean that you're evil. These are lies that have been perpetuated. People do not understand that the Old Testament is written in code. And I'm not talking about this bullshit Da Vinci Code crap. I'm talking about actual code as in, high-level physics. 360 repair. It's an Xbox 360, the motherboard, the processor. These things in the back are what take the heat away from the board to keep it from overheating. Okay? Those things create the seal of Saturn. Isn't that interesting? So you have an Xbox, which is what the pyramids are, which are associated with Saturn. You have an Xbox, and it says 360, which is a circle. So now you have the circle and the square, which is time and space. It can also be. It can also represent Saturn and the Moon. But that's on a different level. So we're just going to stay with time and space. So here we have an Xbox 360 motherboard that has the seal of Saturn on the very back of it, which is more than bizarre. That the product represents the planet Saturn, and they use the actual designation for Saturn to cool down the machine. So let's see if we turn this thing on its side, what it resembles. Okay, so now that I turned it on its side and I filled it in, do you remember this picture at the very beginning of the video? So I'm going to do an overlay for you, and then you'll be able to tell exactly right away. This thing is a computer, and I'm proving it over and over and over again. So here we see that the Xbox 360, when we turn it on its side, becomes the Kabbalistic tree of life, which is actually 2 X's, which means it's a seal of Saturn, representing that thing is what gives life or creates the reality of life that you live in on the planet Earth. And as the Jews said, Saturn is our heaven, is heaven to our earth. There you go.